Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Expeditions Viking. We are continuing with our exploration of town, trying to find all the loot we can loot as well as any quests that are available. We've already found several quests, though we haven't gone back to complete them. But I'm sure we'll get to that soon enough. Looks like another gathering of people up here. And there's this whole area that I apparently just walked by. I'll grab it all while I'm here. Is this a pond that's frozen? Yeah. Cool. Didn't recognize right away that that was just ice. Lots of goods to grab. Right, that's the market. So we're not gonna steal from any of them. And that's the Jarl's home. Definitely not stealing from her. Oh, this looks burnt. Yeah. There was a building here at one point. It's gone now. Anything you want to say? No? And we can't go over there. Hi there. You, hold a moment. You were approached by a slight woman with a spatter of freckles on her sharp face and her auburn hair in a tight braid. Her pale eyes dare you to turn away, and her voice is like a whip crack. You're not like the rest of these people, are you? Armed, purpose to your stride? You get things done. About time someone noticed. What do you want? I have somewhere to be. What do you want? She gestures at the acrid, burnt-out ruins. I know who caused all this. Who caused it? A filthy sleaze named Vranger, my husband. He deserves a coward's death for what he has done. And you want me to find him? She thinks for a moment. I hear he's been seen fleeing southeast. If he's making for Hedabai, he'd have to cross through the marsh. We are heading to the marsh. What can you tell me about Vranger? He came from a struggling merchant family. His silver tongue bought my hand, much to my shame. So he took the dowry, failed to pay the mourning price, and left town with all of our trading goods. Wow. That's awful. And he burned down the local area as well? There is something you're not telling me. Diplomacy 2. Nice. Glad I have it. Her jaw clenches and her eyes harden. The eve of our wedding, I found him with a bed slave. Oh, even worse. Not that it stopped him from taking my maidenhood. For him, it seems it was purely about the wealth and coin. I'd like to know more about you. I come from a family of tradesmen. Been in Reeb for 3 generations. Only child, and my parents wanted grandchildren. Well, I'll find him, Branna. Sounds like a terrible person. Ooh, there is a trapdoor here. The trapdoor is blocked by the charred remains of collapsed walls. You can excavate it, but it may fatigue you if you lack the strength. I certainly lack the strength. It's times like these where I wish I could control my party members and be like, hey you, go open that. Because obviously I know I lack the strength. Okay, we can actually walk back here. You just gotta make sure to click on the more path areas rather than where buildings are, which is a bit harder to see. Oh, is that where the fire still is? Do I want to do this and risk fatigue? I mean, yeah, I gotta see what's here, obviously. We'll excavate it. Alfbjorn has become fatigued. Of course I have. What does that do? -4, -2, -1. Is there a place that just tells me fatigued? Yes. Strength, finesse, and perception is halved. Yikes. Perception is something I actually use. The rest aren't so bad. But alright, let's see what's down in the basement. Oh. Are these... Yeah, they're dead. I was going to say, are they just unconscious? But these are people that apparently were trapped down here when the fire happened, I'm guessing. Charred key. And no one's managed to dig them out yet. That's sad. Smoke did not kill this woman. She died from 2 deep stab wounds in her stomach. That's even worse. I assume they were just trapped down here in the fire. Someone killed them. What about you two? Children. This is a child's charm. No more than a piece of polished amber on a string. This talisman was clearly made by a child. Wooden sword lies between 2 dead children, unmarked by violence. It looks like they were suffocated by smoke. So someone killed this person. And then did they burn this whole area to cover it up? Thereby killing the children as well? I don't know, there's certainly a lot more going on here. And if it was that guy, just to cover up him leaving with money? Yikes. Let's see what else is around. Oh, I think my camera has turned. Alright, that's a map marker so I can leave the area. We're not doing that yet. I've definitely gotten sidetracked and wandered off from my careful plotting of making sure to grab everything. Can't go any farther that way. Got some more goods here. Yeah, so certainly we need to find the guy to at least find out his side of the story. I'm not immediately assuming that... I was gonna say, I'm not immediately assuming that everything I've been told is true and that he's the one at fault. But he might be, and he probably is. So we've got level 4 rogue, level 4 hunter. We can move, but they get the first turn to attack. So let's put my melee characters up front to make something of a wall, while less ranged characters get into the back. Put Nefia back a little bit. Maybe you as well, because you are technically somewhat ranged. Yeah, this seems fine. So is it just the 2 of them? No, I didn't even see you guys. But it looks like we don't have any of the buffing people. Just 3 fist characters and then piercing, which means you're an archer. Why are you up front? Or did I stumble into this from a direction they weren't expecting? That's probably what it is. Yep. Ooh. That's rough. Okay. A bunch of us are blinded. A bunch of us are harried. I don't know what blind does. I guess I can find that out. Blinded. Perception -5. Huh.
Yeah.
Critical hit.
I know how to fight.
Instant kill.
Surprised?
Right, you can move around safely as long as you don't leave their attack of opportunity area. I am inclined to try and take out their ranged characters first, or at least focus them down. I could move him here, so he's got a good attack on either of them. Could move Nefia into a flanking position. But I'm going to move you first. Then we'll move Nefia here, so he gets a flank bonus.
You will fall,
Ooh.
like all who face me.
That was a kill. Part of me thinks I should be going for non-lethal, just in case I can capture them as thralls, because thralls are apparently extremely valuable, we found. But I don't know. Now, you can't heal yourself, right? Correct. Probably don't need to heal you at this point. You automatically heal after the battle. Let's have you apply poison. No, we're not going to bother with poison. The fight's basically over. 43%, 43%. Let's throw a ranging shot, which can't cover both, sadly. %. So my chances are still terrible because I'm blind, but hopefully that'll be good enough. And it was. Then for Kettle, we'll give you a ranging shot on this one. You're blind. I was gonna say, what are your chances? 70%. I was thinking I might go quick shot to get 2 shots in. But no. 70% still not good enough that I want to penalize it. Yep, still got the miss. That is a shame. You can hit, hopefully. 68. Not amazing. I'm gonna go with Tyr's Favor, just to give us some damage reduction. It's better than her using her bow, or her sling. Pretty sure. As for you guys, let's have you surround him a bit, get some flanking bonuses. Yeah. And Isleaf is going to be giving Nefia bonuses because he has that skill. Ooh, critical hit.
You think that was a strong hit?
What is unbalanced? Trying to learn all of these different actions. Lose all moves at the beginning of next turn. So he can't move, but he'll still be able to attack next turn. Which seems reasonable. If you're surrounded, you're probably not going to be planning to move anyway. Harried. I think that gives us bonuses. Oh, the blinding ended
Give
as
up
well.
while you can still say I yield.
Fun line. You might actually get the kill. You did, in fact, get the kill. Some degrading of his armor. That's fine. What in Thor's name was that all about? Who are these people? Nephew spits. Hired killers. Let's check their pockets. You and your herd each picks an attacker to search. Nephew raises her hand, holding something that glimmers in the light. Found something. A medallion of some kind. Examine the medallion. The silver medallion is the centerpiece of a pearl necklace. You don't recognize the exotic patterns that adorn it, but somebody in this town must know. Gunnar leans over to get a look at the necklace. That pattern looks faintly familiar. I can't quite place it, though. I may have seen something like it up in Kaupang. Perhaps we should ask around in the market. Well, I'm sure we'll head back that way at some point. It's possible if we'd kept them alive, we could have interrogated them as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's the direction we want to keep looting. Oh, and I looked up online about all of these goods because I was wondering where to find a market to sell equipment, because we've got lots of gear we don't care about, and apparently there isn't one in the game. So any gear we don't like, we're supposed to just break down to get more salvage and hides. And that's where we get the salvage, which is super valuable, is just from breaking down all the gear we don't want. So at some point, I'm going to need to do that. Alright, we've got a few more barrels and whatnot over here. Oh, that one's stealing. As is that one, so we will not steal. I've been thinking, it's just... feels as though we always talk about the same things. Ha! Hanold Bristlebeard. Looked to be a blacksmith, or craftsman of some sort. Reeve's most central blacksmith is well renowned for his broad knowledge of metalworking. He can forge a sword as readily as he mends a broken pot. While one of his apprentices bangs away at something near the furnace, the smith himself meets you in the yard outside. Hey look, Sel, my honourable Thane. Have you come to commission a weapon from the best smith north of Saxony? Why didn't you help when we were attacked? Show him the necklace. Do you sell arms and armor? Of course he does. He's a blacksmith. Why didn't you help when we were attacked? I'm terribly sorry, Honorable Thane. I'm no good with a weapon. I only make them. Do you recognize the pattern on this medallion? Smith holds the medallion an inch from his face and examines the engravings carefully. No. I can't say I've ever seen engravings like this before. He hands the necklace back to you. You ought to ask that lady who sells supplies at the market. She's traveled far and wide. Do you sell arms and armor? In a manner of speaking, I build such items to order. You can bring me the materials I need, and I'll make whatever equipment you require. For such jobs, I charge only the fee for my labor. Of course, I also have a stock of materials for sale. Will you repair some equipment for us? We have our own repair person, but how are his prices? If I selected all, it would cost... So it still costs us our salvage and hides, but then he's also charging valuables. And a lot of this gear we don't care about. You sure you don't want anything? I'll be back if I need anything. Let's go into this building. Find out what it is. Ingmar Broadsoul. What's all this stealing? Not surprising. Actually, there's some things we can take. I was gonna say, it's not surprising that things are stealing if you grab them out of a home. But I guess not everything. Hi, Ingmar. Ingmar's home speaks of comfort and plenty, but with a certain gaudiness. Old trophies and weapons stand side by side with costly but useless decorations. A fire crackles merrily on the hearth. Before you is a table laden with wooden platters of fruit, cheeses, and sweetmeats. Ingmar stands at one end, biting into an apple and chewing with great relish. His eyes light up as he sees you, and then bits of apple fly from his mouth as he speaks. Ugh. Alfbjorn! There you are! Ah, right, this was the guy who told us he would share deeds of our father. The promise of mead and stories of Ulfriker's deeds, how could I refuse? Here I am. You keep a nice table, almost as nice as the one we keep in Skjern. I'm here for the mead, not your spit. Wipe your beard and pour me something to drink, old man. Wow, that is a rude statement. The promise of mead and stories of Ulfriker's deeds, how could I refuse? Ingmar wipes his mouth on his sleeve and grins widely. Come then, you are my guest, and no guest of mine will be thirsty for long. Ingmar picks up a pair of drinking horns and sets them on the hearth, beckoning you to join him. Your herdsmen move to help themselves to it as a number of thralls bring forth more food and drink. Roskva sidles next to you and places a tentative hand on your wrist, whispering, I wouldn't drink that if I were you. Her pale eyes implore you meaningfully from beneath the curtains of her dark hair. I smelled rhubarb leaf on my horn. This man is trying to poison us. Thank you, or nonsense, witch. You see shadows where there are none. No, I'm gonna trust her. She knows her herbs. She smells rhubarb leaf and thinks it's a poison. I'll trust that. Thank you, Roskva. Ingmar is pretending to be preoccupied with his mead, but you can tell he's straining to listen in. From where do you know my father, Ingmar? Switch your horn with Ingmar's as a finesse check. Our finesse is currently terrible because we're fatigued. We'll ask first before we decide what to do with the horn. Where do you know my father, Ingmar? Ingmar leans against the hearth, his eyes growing distant as he gazes into the crackling flames. We were of the same herd back then, allied against ours. We were fucking strong, him and I. Put those milksops in their place. He chuckles hoarsely into his beard. Hey, how do you get an Arsman dizzy? I don't know, how? You asking to piss in the corner of a barrel. Ha! I don't think I want to try the finesse. Finesse check of the displayed difficulty with a higher chance of success, the higher your finesse. Yeah, I keep telling myself I need to look up how these work, like what the roll is. So when I see medium, I have a gauge of how high my stats should be to stand a decent chance. And I still don't know, because I keep forgetting. We're going to pretend to drink. Switching it to him seems unlikely to work. But the fact that this doesn't have a stat check to it means that we're probably going to fail. If it was something we could succeed at, they would probably have given us, you know, a finesse check to pretend to drink or something. So he's probably going to catch us. In that case, maybe I should at least attempt this. If we assume stats go up to 10, then something that's medium difficulty probably wants us to be about a 5. That's a completely random assumption I'm making. So we have a poor chance, but not impossible, probably, maybe. I'm gonna go for it. Let's attempt to switch the horn with Ingmar's and see what happens. Failed. And yeah, we can't see what the roll was to find out why it failed or... Yeah. Ingmar's hand darts forth with surprising swiftness as he grabs your wrist. What are you doing, Alfbjorn? A lie. Your horn was almost empty. I was going to refill it for you. He releases his grip, his eyes searching her face. You are my guest, Alfbjorn. Drink up and let the thralls see to our needs. Alright, then we'll just pretend to drink. To warriors true and honorable, Skull. You bring the horn up, careful to avoid the paste on the rim. You pretend to drink, all the while making sure that none of the ember liquid passes your lips. Perception, medium. Look at the thralls. We'll do that first, then ask how he and Ulfriker parted ways. We'll look to the thralls. Succeeded on that one. Ingmar's thralls look strong and healthy, too much so in fact. As one of them leans in to refill your horn, you spot the glint of steel concealed beneath his rough spun clothes. Yeah, he's trying to poison us before a fight. How did you and Ulfriker part ways? Ingmar stares into his horn, a shadow passing over his face. Your father set forth with his herd to sail west. I thought that was the end of him. Never heard that he had returned, not until news of his recent death. Since we still have very good, so we're definitely going to do that. Let's listen closely. The bitterness of Ingmar's voice drips with injured pride. You get the sense that he and your father did not part on good terms. So this will immediately start a fight if we just say you wanted to sail with him. We'll ask first, you didn't sail with him? He shakes his head and sighs heavily. I did not. It was not my choice. I want to keep this going to learn what we can before we just go straight into a fight. We'll pretend to drink again. Ingmar's eyes harden as he watches you pretend to sip from the horn. You think me so old that I would not notice your insult? You reject my hospitality so brazenly. Your father's son indeed. You're trying to poison me. Spineless whelp. Ingmar's visage is grim as he sets the horn aside. Your father wronged me, Alfbjorn, insulted my honor. Anger and sorrow work his face into an ugly grimace. Then the bastard went and died. When you see him, tell him Ingmar did not forget his slight. Okay, we are somewhat surrounded. I'm going to toggle us to non-lethal. He's upset at our father, but I don't know enough of what occurred to want to just murder him. So they've got a support character over here. Ingmar is a defensive character. Alright, well let's see where we can get to. Since we're surrounded... Actually, I might try and push us into this corner. We can probably take out that archer fairly easily. And then we can sort of guard our front here. At least that's my thought. So let's get our more melee-focused characters forward. Get our ranged characters, that's me, yeah, tucked in back. Nefia, you can also go forward. Actually, we'll put you there, and Nefia can go more into the middle. Okay, I can't move anymore. Something like that seems fine. This is probably going to turn out quite poorly. Why are you so bad at resisting stuns? Both of you. Oh, he is getting destroyed. Well, at least Nefia is still up. And you can't get there to heal him. So I'm probably going to have to do the healing. Bit of a waste of my turn, but it's got to happen. You poison his arrows, please.
Shit! Let me take a look.
Good one, thanks.
And then we'll have you... I guess you're going to need a ranging shot because they're in cover. That's less than ideal. But the poison should take them out, I hope. So you're spotted now. I might even be able to go for a quick shot. 34%. No, definitely not. 55. Why is it so low? Oh, did they demoralize us? Probably. I think I saw something about demoralize. Yeah, okay. Well, do what you can. You are poisoned. You're going to be taking how much poison damage each turn? 16 to 24 hit points of poison every turn. And you currently have 38. So 2, maybe 3 turns left. So you just bleed out or die of the poison. Last is Nefia. Everyone else is gone because they stunned a couple of our guys. I doubt it counts as flanking if he's stunned. She can move around. I mean, it might work. I don't know. One way to find out. Let's have you move back here. You are not getting the flanking bonus. And perhaps I should have gone for the charge. I say once again. I can move a couple of people, but I don't think there's much useful I can do there. So I think we're just going to have to end our turn here. And hope things don't turn out too badly. Another stun, another stun. Oh. Would you please use your shield at some point? That is why you have it. Okay. He's gone down.
Is it time?
Man, this is brutal. Let's... I'm gonna go with this as much as healing's important. We needed more damage reduction. Then I'm gonna move over to heal you.
I'm in your debt.
Because I need you not to die. Please stop getting stunned every single turn. Kettle could take you out. We're not demoralized this turn. Let's see. I'm gonna hope that you just get taken out by the poison, but you do get taken out at the end of your turn. I kind of forgot about that. So you're gonna get another hit on some of us. .44 isn't amazing. Probably better to just do a regular attack. Just poison someone else. I think that's gotta be what I do. I don't know. There's gotta be some way to resist the chance of getting stunned. I don't know what the deal is, but stun is really powerful. And if they get to go first, and they can just stun my melee characters every turn, that's rough. Yep, not great. Oh. You're running forward. Don't die, please. And another demoralize. You should get hit by poison, and that did drop you. Perfect. Let's have you take this person out, please. You're not stunned for once, right? Yes, demoralized and harried. Yeah, demoralize is gonna ruin us at the moment. So I'm gonna move over and do another heal. Using my bow isn't terribly effective while demoralize is on. We need to take you out. Demoralize is affecting your sling chances. I thought it probably would be, but I wasn't sure. Demoralize their archer. Or raise physical resistance, which probably would help with stun, because that feels like a physical resistance thing. Alright, what about you? You'd take an attack of opportunity if you ran around. Can you stun him? He's got a 21% physical resistance, assuming that is what we're looking at. I don't know. Give it a shot. Alright, you're stunned. And 30%'s terrible, but we're not going to get any better. Suppose I can move you forward, putting you in half cover, and then shoot. Nah, just harried. If we could have poisoned him, it would have been good. Let's have Roskva move forward so that she's in a better position to heal. Because I think I've used up all of my heals, or at least nearly so. Could get to a position where I can drug some of them maybe, but oh well. Ow. More demoralize, of course. Can you flank? You can get to a flank position with him. Or you could just attack this guy. Yeah, let's charge and attack this guy, please. I want you out of here. You've been annoying. Then get to a flank position. Let's see. Ignores damage reduction. Sure. Didn't quite break the shield either, which is a shame. We still have our 2 buffs. No one needs healing. I'm less worried about you. 5% chance to hit. Why so bad? Because you're using your sling, right? Yeah. You're not demoralized. You are demoralized. Okay. That's why it's so bad. Go for the knife. It's fine. You're not going to miss with that. Alright, then a kettle attacked. So he must have overcome the demoralize. Gotcha. A quick shot. What if we had our character throw down a ranging shot? Then Kettle could do a quick shot. 74 on each shot. Oh, right. It blocks and it doesn't even necessarily break his shield. Forgot about that. Well, let's hope it goes through. Nope. %73 block chance. That's what's killing us. 8% chance to hit. At least that's 33. Or I could just switch back to my knife and go in for an attack, but it's so bad. We're gonna go with the bow. Go for the 33. Low chance to hit, and even if I hit, he has a high chance to block, so... yeah. At least they won't be demoralizing us this turn. Alright, let's do another heavy swing for you. Oh, protect only works if we actually use the action. Well, that's less good. I thought it was just sort of an always-on effect. Alright, well your shield's gone. We'll go for another quick shot here. There you go. You're down now. And not a quick shot here. Another miss. And yes, drug this person. Might as well. Yeah, Rospa's taken some hits, but she's not going to go down. That's what matters. Let's get another charge in. Should be way more than enough. 109 damage. He's probably going to have an injury. Because he was down for a while. Moderate puncture to the groin. Yeah. I need to get you better armor, better toughness, better something. He's gone down a couple of times, and that should not be the case for my frontline characters. One last drink finished. We'll grab all the things. And yeah, no further conversation from him. Which surprises me. Male Biter, a fancy sword? Sword. +5 armor piercing. We'll have to see what Aceleaf thinks of that. I guess we can check that now. That is just better in every way. This sword that once belonged to the famous Viking Ingmar Broadsoul is old but finely crafted and well maintained. It is said that the blade cuts through armor as if it were freshly churned butter. Is there anyone who's not wearing armor at this point? Yes, Kettle. No, you are wearing clothes that are somehow better than this cloth armor. Alright. And I would love to loot this guy, but everyone's standing on top. Can I get... And by everyone, I mean Gunnar. You're kind of in the way. Please. Would have been fun to have successfully switched out the mugs or the horns so that he would have been drugging himself before the fight. Alright, we can't loot that body. Hopefully it's fine. And yeah, now we can take everything without worrying about stealing. Which I guess is fair. He did try to kill us. It's possible if I left the building and then came back in, I'd have access to that body. We're getting a good amount of valuables. Let's try leaving and coming back in and see if Gunnar is not going to stand on top of the body. Or if the body just disappears so that we can't loot it. Oh no, we can't even go back in. Alright. That's fine. Well, I think this is where we're going to end the episode this time. Next time we will continue our exploration and see what else we can find. We've gotten quite a few quests in this city. And a whole bunch of quests telling us to go to the nearby marsh. So that's probably where we'll head after this. But that'll be probably sometime in the near future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.